So welcome to the first episode for Unleash the Six. Thank you, Ryan, for that. Really blew my eardrums there.
That came out of left field.
So what is Unleash the Six? So the six is what? You girls know what that is?
Toronto.
Toronto.
A number.
Yeah. And what does that mean? What does six mean?
16 area code.
Yeah, and also the six boroughs of Toronto, right?
Yep.
So the purpose of our podcast is we want to have a group of ladies. We're going to be a part of the panel and from all different parts of Toronto. So when we do get you girls to introduce yourselves, mention your name, mention what city you're from. If you want to plug your social media handle, you're welcome to. And the purpose of this podcast, there really isn't anything like this in Toronto right now. We want to talk about hot topics. We want to talk about things that the media won't touch on. What a lot of people, want more information on, but very often if you tune to the news, it's just really depressing. It's usually one-sided. You don't get to hear both sides of the story. It's either left or right or, convoluted somehow. So the purpose of our podcast is to start dialogue, talk about, different situations or scenarios, whether they're affecting us in Canada directly or around the world, and hear different perspectives. We want everyone to be open, to hear everyone's opinion. No one is here to attack anybody or to make, judge people. It's just the individual's opinion. So no one should take it personally. Everyone has opinions on different things. I might have a certain opinion. Elizabeth might not agree to it, but then another opinion that Elizabeth might have, I might agree to it. So that's how human beings should communicate. We shouldn't judge an individual just based on their opinion on one thing and automatically either paint them all black or all white. And that's what I feel is happening now around the world. So either you agree with my opinion, and if you don't, then you're my enemy. No, it doesn't work that way. There's many areas. There's gray areas as well. It's not all black and white. So let's go around the table. My name is Cameron, by the way. I go by Cam. So I'd like everyone here to introduce themselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Your name, what part of the city you live in, what do you do? Are you in school? If you work, and if you want to share your social media handle, you're welcome to.
Okay, my name is Malika. I'm from Toronto. I'm working as an analyst at Rogers right now, and my social media handle is B_Malika96.
Great, thank you.
Hi. Oh, Jesus.
Much candy.
Too much candy. Hi, I'm Luma. I'm a 2004-year-old vampire. And yeah, I live in Toronto here and there. I've never really stayed in Toronto. I tend to just couch drift.
You work, Luma?
Sometimes for fun, but not really.
Oh.
All right, that's great. Moving on.
Hi, I'm Melissa Pereira. My Instagram handle is melissa.m.pereira. Pereira. No one seems to spell that right. It's great. I'm from Hamilton, born and raised in K-Dubs, Kitchener-Waterloo. I don't know. I do a lot of things. Bartend. I work in a hair salon, but I also work in a barber shop. I just picked up a gig at a vape store. Don't even smoke vapes. I do this. I podcast, model, act. All right. That's me.
My name is Elizabeth. I live in the Annex, downtown Toronto. I work in Yorkville. I've been cutting hair for 20 years. I grew up in Thunder Bay, Ontario. I've been gone since I finished high school in 2003. Yeah, I cut men's hair exclusively, actually. I don't do women's hair, just men's hair.
So if somebody wants to book an appointment with you, how do they do that?
You can check out my barbershop in Yorkville. It's called Axe and Hatchet. We're on Yorkville Avenue. It's a great shop. Everybody in there is really talented.
Great.
I'm probably the best, though.
Courtney?
So I'm Courtney. My Instagram handle is @CourtneyEllis. Who else? What else? People actually never get that right. Extra E at the end of there just to really throw them off. Literally. I am full-time stay-at-home mom and an actress as well. And I'm from a small town called Tottenham. Probably never heard of it. Probably never will hear of it. It's very small. Yes, I went to barn parties and everything. So that was fun growing up. And
any cow tipping going on there? Or?
Hey, everybody asks me that. And I don't think I've ever tipped a cow.
No.
Never.
Should start.
I want to. Wouldn't it be fine?
Do it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hi, my name is Carly DeLuciano. My Instagram handle is cdeluch03. And I grew up in the Durham region, Ajax. We recently moved 2 years ago to Scarborough. That's where I live now. But I just graduated school in New York City. I went for a triple threat program. I sung, danced, and acted, as well as did business as well. Now I'm just doing work in movies, TV, films, still dancing, teaching dance classes. Yeah.
Right.
My name is Cheyenne Hobbs, Chyenne, you know, because people put that extra E in there. That's for Melissa. I'm married to a wonderful guy, Chris Hobbs. I'm a partner at a weed dispensary down in Brampton, and I run a tattoo studio with my husband as well. Well, it's going to be opening next week. And my Instagram is at Sam Crow Prospect.
Great. So the first topic I want to discuss was dating. So who's single here? Raise of hands.
Oh, yes. Are we the only two single
Two
ones
people,
here?
that's it?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So what I want to discuss was, since the Me Too movement, as well as after COVID, I want to kind of ask everyone their opinion, whether they've experienced it themselves or someone that they know, where the dating scene is at. Okay. Obviously, the Me Too movement, there's a huge effect. I feel that it's changed the dynamics in regards to how men would normally approach women, as well as if men were to make the first move when it comes to being intimate with a woman, like kissing her, things like that. I think guys are a little bit more reluctant since the Me Too movement. I think COVID and social media has really changed the whole dynamic and how people approach, individuals. I think a lot of people now get asked out by text, or or even when they do communicate after they're dating, it's not on the phone. Like, how often do you talk to if you're dating someone, how often do you talk to them on the phone? Whereas before, it would be mainly on the phone. You heard the person's voice. You knew if they were texting you something, what the tone was. Whereas now, it can be misinterpreted, I find a lot. So some stats, 36% of Canadians use dating apps. A huge number, okay? The age category of 18 to 34, 25% of Canadians that use dating apps are 18 to 20. The population of 18 to 24 Canadians, 25% of them use dating apps. So if you're between 18 to 24, there's a 1 in 4 chance you're using a dating app when it comes to meeting somebody. 20% of the people who are currently in a committed relationship met the person through a dating app in Canada. And 16% have agreed to having hookups, like sexually, through dating apps. So there's a couple of different, there's several or numerous apps that are out there. The top ones, Match.com. You guys have heard of Match.com?
Mm-hmm.
So Match.com, what do you guys think? What type of relationships are found on Match?
That one is usually for like old people.
What do you mean by old people?
People over 40 use Match.com.
No, you're wrong on that. Anyone else?
I would say anybody starting in the early 30s, midlife crisis, looking for like a family.
No way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so Match.com is used for long-term relationships.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
for older people.
But it's not necessarily older people. It's not. It's even people who are in their 20s that want a traditional relationship. They want to settle down, right? Then you have Tinder. So what's Tinder used for?
But young people.
But for what?
Hookups.
Yeah.
literally.
No, again, it doesn't. People who are on Tinder are not all just, millennials or Gen Z. You have people on Tinder who are 30, 40, 50 who are also looking for hookups. Same way as on Match, you have, people who are 20 years old or 25 who are looking for something a little bit more serious. And then have you girls heard of Bumble?
I'm on Bumble.
Yeah.
You're on Bumble?
Yeah, I'm on Bumble.
So
Yeah, me
why,
too.
why did you choose Bumble out of the other two?
I think because, well, first of all, I've been married 3 times, right?
Are you still married now to all 3 people? Or?
No, I've been single for 2 years, and this summer I decided I'd put myself on a dating app just to see. And the men my age are like busted. For some reason, the guys that seem to like swipe me, they're young, like 20
What do you mean by
something.
busted?
They're just gross.
Like broke?
Oh, they're
Oh.
just gross. They
Broken.
their faces, they didn't age nice.
This is on Bumble.
Yes.
Okay, so do you know the advantages of Bumble? How is it different than Tinder or Match?
I like it because I can like put it down to a science. Everything that I like in your settings.
Is it because it
You know?
shows how far away the person is from you?
No, so Bumble is really to empower women.
Yeah, because we
'Cause
make
they make
the
the
first
first
move.
move,
Yeah.
They make the
Yeah.
first move,
Yeah.
and then
I wish it was the
Um,
guys that made the first move.
Yeah, same.
So the
same.
girls-
I think it's horrible.
so the girls have 24 hours
Yeah.
to make the first
I
move.
usually unmatch though. Like I might match with someone and look at them and be like, why did I do that by accident? I
Yeah.
swipe the wrong way because I never swipe right. It's always
So Bumble is still swiping, just
Yeah,
like
Bumble's
Tinder.
swiping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, so a woman has 24 hours to make the first move,
Yep.
and then from there, the man has 24 hours as
Yeah.
well too. Then they also have,
so they give the power
You know.
back to them, right?
Yeah.
yeah, and then they also have, same gender, but I think that the rules for that are a little bit different. Like if it's female, it's not 24 hours. I think it's a little bit
Why?
different. I don't know, because I think that they want to give the women more time to kind of decide on whether they want to communicate. And then Bumble also has other platforms. They have Bumble Friendship,
Business.
yeah, and then they have Bumble Biz. So if you want to network, you're looking for a mentor as well too, right? So who right? So you're on a dating app. Who else is on a dating app?
I am.
So what are you on Tinder?
I'm on Tinder and Bumble. I wanted to see like the difference between the both of them.
Okay,
Yeah, and it's interesting.
and what's the difference that you've seen so
I'm
far?
finding, like you said, like Tinder, they just want hookups, and that's pretty much it. Bumble, they're kind of more wanting to settle down. I'm finding.
Okay,
Yeah, it's interesting.
so have you dated someone from Tinder?
Well, I'm from a small town, so I mean, yeah, yeah. It's funny. I just matched with some guy that I was like kind of seeing 3 years ago. We just matched on Tinder again. So
And how about Bumble? If you met someone off of there,
yeah.
and you like, do you find that sometimes it's the same guys that are on Bumble that
It
are all?
is. It is. Yeah.
And I thought
yeah.
there'd be an overlap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm like,
100%.
I've matched with you on Tinder. Now I'm matching with you here.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
take a hint.
yeah. I know, right?
So with Tinder, do you feel that there's any, like if you meet someone on there that there's actually a chance of it developing into something meaningful, or do you find that
Depends on the guy. Like, I mean, again, it's harder from small towns. My matches are interesting. Haven't really gone out with anyone from Tinder yet. So
have you hooked up with anybody from Tinder?
yes.
Okay. Being honest.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So does anyone have any success stories off of these dating apps? Maybe not yours or someone you know, whether it's a relative or a friend of yours. Does anyone have any where they've seen, a friend of theirs being on one of these apps, finally meet someone, date for 2 years, get married, now they're having kids or
Yeah,
anyone?
No.
my best friend, he's just got married to his wife. They met on Hinge.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And how long were they together for before they got
4
married?
years.
4 years from Hinge. That's cool. Anybody else?
Well, before I met my husband, I met a guy on fucking, what was it, Tinder. Turns out it was my dad's boss's son. So my dad told me to cut it off like right away. So cut it off, and I had to pass him off to someone because I wasn't just going to be like a dick because he was really into me, right? So my cousin Miranda. So I was like, okay. So I passed him off to my cousin Miranda, and it was like
Sorry, Shane. So did you already know it was your dad's boss's son?
no, I didn't.
You told your dad about him, and then he said
we
it.
were on our date. We're at the restaurant. We're like talking about our parents. I'm like, yeah, my dad works here. He's like, oh yeah, my dad works there. I was like, okay, what location? Okay. Well, what does your dad do? What does your dad do? I'm like, oh, is your dad this? Is this your dad's name? Yeah. I'm like, I know who your dad is. Your dad's this is my dad, right? So I go home and my dad knew right away how I was with guys at that age. Like you go through guys, like you go through underwear. There's like you call them babe because you can't remember their names. So
Oh my god.
So much honesty.
So I passed him off to my cousin Miranda, and my cousin Miranda actually, they hit it off. They ended up having a baby together. They were together for 9 years, but then he went a little like on the mental health side, and he kind of just started developing like really weird habits. Like he started telling everybody that he was like in LA and that he was a rap star, and he started telling everybody that he had he started just coming up. It was like early signs of schizophrenia, I almost want to say.
Oh boy.
And it was kind of scary. So he went unhinged himself, ironically enough. So she ended up splitting from him. And when she split from him, it was a huge domestic abuse incident. And she ended up marrying the cop that saved her from the domestic
Wow.
abuse.
Don't talk
So
about
that
cops.
was, yeah, right? And now they have a baby.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
That's crazy. What a story.